Bill Hader, great to see you again. Thanks for being here.
No, it's always great to be here.
Returning to TCM, Bill hosted the Essentials Junior for a couple of years. You've done a lot of stuff for us.
Yeah.
You're a movie buff.
Yeah, TCM's at my house 24/7, just playing 24/7. So I see you probably more than I see my children.
So you wake up in the middle of the night, it's 3:30, something's on.
Something's on.
Something's on,
Yeah.
Other people who do that, not surprised, Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
And Maya Rudolph, your former castmate at SNL. And John Mellencamp.
Really?
And his is like no exaggeration, like 110-inch TV.
Really?
In his, what he calls the great room. And he lives on a big piece of property in Bloomington, Indiana.
And he just plays TCM.
It's there. It's like his art. It's in the. He just wants it on all the time, sound off, always.
Yeah,
always
he just
going.
loves Andy Hardy movies at like 6 a.m.
That's what he wants to watch.
I mean, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Right, same thing. He's like this deep film buff, and so so we hear that a fair amount, and it's always pretty cool. Bill's here to program a couple of movies. I guarantee you, no one else has ever picked these two movies together, and then been on television to talk about them. Bill, what have you chosen?
I chose two war movies, Canal by Andrzej Wajda and the movie Salvatore Giuliano by Francisco Rosi.
Canal is from 1957, Salvatore Giuliano from 1962. Obviously, there's both foreign films, a Polish film and an Italian film. I had never seen either of these movies, so you have exposed me to these, and I think I'm thanking you. I'm definitely thanking you for the first one. The second one is still very much.
The second one takes a while.
The second one's going to take a while, but I mean, it's great, by the way. But it's going to take some. It's not a normal film. But we're starting with Canal. But before we get there, so I heard you talking about Canal. Regarding the look you wanted for maybe season 2 of your HBO show, Barry. It's about a hitman who wants to get out of the business and can't and wants to become an actor.
Yeah. Canal had a big effect, and Andrzej Wajda's war trilogy in particular, just there's 3 movies, A Generation, Canal, and Ashes and Diamonds, which a lot of people consider like the real masterpiece.
This is, so you said about Canal, this is the middle film of the trilogy.
Middle film of the trilogy. But when I would sit with the director of photography and even sometimes the actors, I would show them scenes from Canal or the opening of Ashes and Diamonds and go, this is kind of like the feeling I want, which is kind of very composed shots, and the blocking. I mean, that's really what knocks me out about his work, is the way he blocks scenes and blocks the camera and blocks the actors is just kind of exquisite. In this movie, you'll see a scene where a guy's shaving and then his girlfriend shows up and they're part of the Warsaw Resistance. And you don't really realize that the scene is just one take. The guy in the foreground, they're talking, the camera hasn't really shifted that much. And then as the subject changes, he'll move around to her, and now he's in the mirror, but she's in frame. He basically has 4 or 5 shots, but it's in one shot. And it goes up until, stuff starts falling from the ceiling. And if you watch it knowing that's one shot, it's kind of amazing.
And their relationship is one of the 2 or 3, maybe the most important relationship in the movie. And that 90 seconds that we get before the shelling starts, without doing it in words, informs sort of everything you need to know about these
and
two
that's
people.
what I love about both these films is, I mean, especially Canal, is that you could have it on mute. He does that beautifully. An opening shot of Canal is unbelievable. This long tracking shot where he's introducing everybody. The camera's always motivated. This thing is always a character brings you to a thing, which then becomes a new picture, and then another character will move over here, and now it's a totally different frame. You're part of the platoon. You're part of the uprising now.
That's right.
And then he just takes you into the sewers.
They're trying to, they have to retreat from the Germans. This is, again, the uprising failed. We're not giving anything away. It was magical. I mean,
well, it kind of feels like from the beginning of the movie, instead of it being, and this was a problem some people had with the movie, the Polish audience at the time, they wanted to see something that was very, because, the uprising did work for a while, and this is kind of the end of it. This is like he's bringing you in at like a failed thing, and almost out of the gate, they're failing.
And that's what I meant by magical. It was like a magical moment to think that maybe they were going to make a big difference and drive the Germans out of Warsaw, but it was impossible. And so we're getting the tail end of that, and no one's kidding themselves about what the future holds. But they retreat into the sewers, and almost to a person, they're like, I'd really rather die on the street if I have to make a choice here. And then this sewer scene, this is the sewer. This is the definitive, we're living in the sewer movie. And it's unlike anything anybody's ever programmed to TCM.
Sorry.
Thanks to Bill Hader.
Sorry, John Cougar Mellencamp.
You're gonna have to watch. I think he'd approve.
He's sitting at home like, are those people in shit? He takes out his guitar. What are these people in shit? I hope you write a song about it.
From Polish director
Andrzej Wajda.
Andrzej Wajda in 1957. This is Canal.
You do this when you say the thing.
I don't point like that.
No, you do
I don't
this.
have the fingers forward.
No, you go like that.
No, I know. It's like this, but I only go like, not a lot like this.
No, you do this. And that's why Rock Hudson didn't get along with James Dean on Giant.
Back with writer, director, actor Bill Hader. Bill, thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So this is the movie that you had your season 2 of your successful HBO show. Here's what I wanted to.
I want it to feel like this.
I want it to feel like this.
And they went, it's a comedy, and I went, yep, it's a comedy. Yeah.
And this is a movie where the last 45 minutes take place literally
in a sewer. Yeah, and everybody dies. And
normal, like in Shawshank Redemption, which is I think to most people the most famous sewer movie, where someone has to go through
Alligator. I mean, Alligator's
but
a great
where
sewer.
A human being has to work their way through a sewer.
Yeah.
The end of Alligator, you know, remember the little baby alligator comes out of the faucet.
Yeah.
That was good.
I always thought that was the prequel to Shawshank, but I was wrong.
It turned out, no, that wasn't.
I was like, when's the alligator coming up?
So he tells us, Morgan Freeman's narration tells us that Tim Robbins had to walk through the most foul-smelling, awful. But here, nobody needs to tell us that because we see it in a way that isn't. I mean, it's gross because, of course, it's gross, but it's not actually gross to look at. It's compelling.
It's the safest place they can go.
Yeah, it's the safest place.
Yeah.
And something about that fear, the gases that are created by it, that creates the paranoia that the Germans have gassed the place. The fact that he has given a reason to show steam coming up, that represents the smell. I thought it was an incredibly effective way for us
it almost
to
becomes like a horror movie at the end. And also just the idea that this was the uprising. These people in the sewer covered in excrement, trying their best as a group to keep your dignity, try to keep the hope alive. And then the ending I was just so moved by. He shoots one of his own men and then goes in to save the others. There's just something about it, was like, this is the madness of it.
The madness was all over it. I mean, his madness at desperately looking for a street sign that was right behind him. And then what they do see, of course, is the message that Daisy wrote to Korab, which is just, that's a beautiful. I mean, that's a beautiful love story.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, when I first saw this film, and it's the same thing as the other film I picked, the filmmaking was what really struck me. The scene where the small tanks are coming, and if you watch the shot, it starts with these guys running away into this building. Then the character Korab, he jumps from the second floor down.
In the background.
In the background, and it looks like it's a locked off shot. And then he comes towards us. He clears this whole area, and they blow it up behind him.
Right behind.
It's this huge explosion. If he tripped or something went wrong, no more actor. And you know where the geography is all the time, which I really appreciated.
Right, in that first part. But then in the sewers, he didn't care about you knowing what the geography is.
But it all looks like the same thing once you're confused.
Yeah, it's so easy.
And the sound design down there is amazing, where you have no idea where anybody is, where everybody's talking. But that's kind of, you could say, like, you know, there's all types of ways you could read into that, you know, of the disillusionment of the uprising, the disillusionment of, like, you know, what are we doing in this, you know, being taken over and all these things. And then at the same time, it's like a very gripping, like, adventure story. I mean, the scene where he takes the grenades down.
Toward the end, yeah.
What I found so haunting about that is he takes the grenade down, he slips, and you go, okay, I know this is about to happen.
But it doesn't.
But he doesn't, and then when his hand comes up, he's laughing. Boom!
Yeah,
and that's when
yeah.
And then I took one thing from this, and I didn't even realize I did it until later, was the very last episode of Barry. We needed an explosion to happen, and I just said, oh, a guy should just pull a grenade out of his pocket and just throw it. And Duffy Boudreaux, one of the writers, was like, what? Why would he have a grenade in his pocket? I was like, I don't know. But it's interesting. A guy in a suit and he has a grenade in his pocket and he throws it, you know.
Right.
And then yeah,
the
months later, the composer has a grenade in his pocket, and I was like, okay, that's obviously where I got it from. I got it from Canal, like it was locked back there someplace, where you go, oh, obviously that's where I got that from.
Right. Bill Hader, thanks. Thanks for exposing me to Canal. This was good.
I'm glad you liked it.
No, I'm going to remember it. I'm going to recommend it to people. I'm not entirely sure that I can do the same with the next film. I mean,
all right.
I liked it.
Okay.
But I'm not sure I can recommend it.
I don't know if you liked it, but that's okay.
I did. Well, I'm interested.
It's okay if you don't like it.
I'm still thinking about it.
All right, great.
I'm still thinking about it.
Okay.
Stay with us. Salvatore Giuliano from 1962 is next on TCM.
Next on TCM, Salvatore Giuliano. Then The Strange Love of Martha Ivers. And later, Born to Kill. TCM's got that killer instinct tonight.